Kia ora. Today I'm going to talk about George Floyd, what Jesus would have done, and my 2 cents worth of opinion. The world we live in today not only experienced the global pandemic of COVID-19, we also experienced the global pandemic of racism. The death of George Floyd brings the issue of racism to the forefront. It confronts all of us, it challenges us, and it calls us to do something. But whether we do nothing or something, one thing is for sure: racism has always a negative effect to all of us because it has a very toxic spirit. So, where we stand and what we say in this moment of history will define our legacy and shape the world we live in now and in the future. Like all of you, I want to live in a world where we can openly talk about racism, and that's George Floyd's situation. I choose to speak up because our voice matters. And it is timely for us, people of color, to actually be part of the movement that has been on and on for centuries of pain and oppression. So, firstly, George Floyd represents a lot of us. I'm a person of color. The situation represents the fight for liberation of the oppressed people, not just for the Black community, but for all the people experiencing racism. I myself um, experienced racism. So, secondly, our goal here is not about, like I say, no color. Like, let's not talk about the color here, but we should just treat everyone like a blanket treatment for everybody. That's not our goal. That's not the goal here. The goal of this movement is that I see your color and I honor you, I value you, and I want to know you better. I come from the Philippines, and as you can see, I am brown, and I am brown, and I am proud. So racism starts from educating ourselves, start from speaking out, starts from, like, this is a great opportunity for us to contribute to this movement because it all starts from us. The other day I received a message from someone that all lives matter. It's not just Black Lives Matter. And just yesterday, I received a message that um, the Black Lives Matter is unbiblical. So, because accordingly, Jesus would have said that all lives matter. Jesus was so welcoming, and he welcomes everybody. My opinion in regards to should it be Black Lives Matter or should it be just all lives matter? Well, my opinion is yes, all lives matter. That is correct, but it's not entirely correct. Jesus loves everyone. All lives matter. He extends his love and forgiveness to all nations and all groups of people on earth. His grace was never limited to one group of people or one nation. But if Jesus was there today and witnessed the death of George Floyd, I believe Jesus would have said that Black lives matter too, and therefore we need to give urgent attention to this particular group of people. And I am confident of this because time and time again, Jesus demonstrated that he was moved with compassion. And Jesus said, women's lives matter. Mark 16, verse 9. In fact, when Jesus was resurrected, he appeared first to a woman, Mary Magdalene. And at that time, women had no voice. Women were a minority. And lastly, lepers' lives matter. Mark 10, verses 13 to 16. Jesus healed 10 lepers, and Jesus reached out to these people. So, what I'm trying to say here is that even though Jesus loves all of us, he died for us because all lives matter. He was intentional in all his ways. He was purposeful, he was strategic, and he was revolutionary. He intentionally helped specific groups of people: the alienated, the Gentiles; the particulars, the Samaritan woman who was an adulterer; the minority, the women at the time were a minority, as I said; the mistreated, the lepers. And he addressed the needs of the people that face injustice or oppression. So therefore, we can say that it is Christ-like to say Black Lives Matter. It is Christ-like to be part in a movement seeking justice, positive reform, and empowerment. As a Christian, I believe we have the obligation to represent Jesus well to the oppressed. You know, being silent is not enough. Doing something. We need to do something. We need to speak up because Jesus was a man of action. He stopped to heal the blind see again. He released his power to, the lame to walk again. He fed thousands of people. So staying and standing up for the Black Lives Matter movement is showing compassion to our brethren in the Black community. We should be part of the movement of reconciling each other, not divide us. The world is already hard. We shouldn't make it harder. Any young or old, white or black, yellow or brown, we have the power in our hands to release love. We have the power to show compassion, and we are going to use our voice to make things better. Don't stay quiet or silent about this matter. So when we do that, we help to make the entire world or country to change for the better. So I urge you that let us use the momentum created by George Floyd's tragic death to bring ideas and people together to stamp out racism. Like we have the surveys, we have the news, we have seen the data, we have even legislations and laws in New Zealand, like human rights laws and Bill of Rights Act. We as a country or as people of colors, you know, we know what we need to do in terms of racism. So as we rebuild our economy and our society in the wake of COVID-19, we have the opportunity to start fresh, to make better choices, to stand up, and to be part of building a fairer and anti-racist world. I have that power, you have that power, and we have that power. Let us use it.